Hello everyone, in this video today we're going to be taking a look at an article from The Sun out of the UK that was published April 13th. Vlad's ridiculous Russia claims Syria chemical attack was staged by Britain and insists it had proof. A Russian Defense Ministry spokesman claims that the Kremlin has evidence that Britain was directly involved in organizing this provocation. Now, to be honest, when Syria is about to be freed from ISIS, Assad has no reason to do a chemical weapons attack. But when you have ISIS, who's funded by British intelligence, U.S. intelligence, Western intelligence agencies, to be there to take out Assad, when they're about to lose what foothold they have left, okay, ISIS and the people funding them have every reason to stage such an attack. I mean, it is common sense. And the thing is with the recent supposed, Russian and his daughter being poisoned with Novichok by, supposedly Russia, there was absolutely no proof of that. And I wouldn't put it past the British to poison Russian nationals who have left, Russia and are in exile, okay, to push a narrative. I would not put it past them. I mean, British intelligence has done some sleazy things over the years. A good example would be British intelligence. You have British peacekeeping forces in what had become, modern-day Israel prior to its formation. British intelligence was arming the Israeli, the Israeli, or we'll say the Jewish terrorists, because they were terrorists, who were fighting to, build the nation there, to shoot against their own British citizens, to shoot at them. They did experiments on the British people, like the CIA did. The CIA has funded groups that were shooting at Americans. Look at ISIS as a modern-day example. These intelligence agencies, it's not beyond their moral compass to do these things. It's not beyond their ability to do these things. And you look at this article, it's like, oh yeah, just believe us type shit. And it's kind of funny. Russia has sensationally accused Britain of staging and I love how they put staging in all caps, the deadly chemical attack in Syria last week. Well, good possibility. I don't trust you guys. I don't trust, the British government, the American government with the deep state, and the British equivalent with it, of the deep state and theirs. And I don't trust you legacy media hacks. So, yeah. The chlorine and nerve agent bombing of Eastern Ghouta on Saturday left at least 70 dead, but the Russian-backed Syrian regime has denied involvement. Yeah, because it would be stupid for them to have done it in the first place. Assad is not a moron. But you really think that, all right, whether, because this had to have been done by, they're either the ISIS allies of Western intelligence or Western intelligence. And for them to think that we're just going to buy into this shit hook, line, and sinker, you must really think we're morons. Now Moscow's defense ministry spokesman, Major General Igor Koneshnikov, has claimed that the Kremlin has evidence that Britain has staged the attack. And if they did, you guys wouldn't allow it to be out there, okay? He said, we have evidence that proves Britain was directly involved in organizing this provocation. Koneshnikov released statements supposedly from medics working at Duma's hospital who alleged a group of people holding video cameras entered the medical facility shouting that its patients were struck with chemical weapons. Okay. I love how you say this, supposedly from the medics. So you didn't do your due diligence and see if that the medics actually said this. This is what makes me think that this is clearly staged by the West. When the Sun won't go and verify this. Really easy to verify. You contact the hospital. You asked to speak to the medics who are in the statements and say, did you say this? What's that going to cost? A long-distance phone call? That makes this story stink. The alleged medics in the report said none of the patients they were treating were hurt by chemicals. The alleged medics. All you had to do, as I just said, is make a phone call and verify whether or not they were there. But see, you don't want to do that because you got to push this narrative that, oh, no, nothing to see here. The Russians, oh, it's Russia, Russia, Russia. And if they actually say something that could be true, you just got to push the propaganda and try to discredit it without providing any actual factual evidence to do so. Britain and allies France and the U.S. are now inching towards full-scale military action in response to the slaughter. Yes, exactly. This is the whole point. These nations needed something in order to move in militarily, in order to start what could be very well becoming World War III. Assad had, and Russia had no reason to commit an attack like that when they're winning. They almost had ISIS completely wiped out in Syria. So the last stragglers, they're going to freaking gas them? Does that make any sense? Yet, the same U.S. intelligence that lied to us about WMDs in Iraq, okay, to get us into the Iraqi war, lied to us about the fact of Afghanistan with September 11th, okay, when it was Saudi Arabia that was backing those, it was members of the Saudi royal family that were funding those people. And not going into Saudi Arabia for that, but going into Afghanistan, the CIA, former cash cow for opium, heroin sales, for their product to do it, to fund their black ops operations, okay. Gulf of Tonkin to get us into Vietnam, okay. Pearl Harbor, okay. It's now a documented, known fact that FDR and the head of the Navy, the Secretary of the Navy, along with, the Secretary of War and many others, because it came down the loop because they were told that, yeah, we see these Japanese steaming towards Pearl. They were told about that. The commander at Pearl had known about it because he put the base on alert. And he was told to stand down. He was ordered to have everyone stand down. He knew something was coming. Remember the Maine? Another staged event to get us into a war with Spain. I mean, we've had this going on for a very, very, very long time. And we're just supposed to buy into this shit now. In the day, in the day and age of the internet. Makes absolutely no sense. Russia and Syria have vowed to hit back against any provocation as warships and submarines head to the Syrian coast on war footing. And now Vladimir Putin's sinister regime is using the dead children of Eastern Ghouta as a weapon in his propaganda war against the West. Excuse me, but people who die don't fucking just lay out perfectly like this. Okay? I love how they throw this fucking picture here. Okay? But this is clearly fucking staged. Okay? They didn't get hit with any chemical weapons. These kids aren't I mean, there's absolutely no proof these kids are dead. They got caught staging the last chemical fucking attack, where you had people who were supposedly the victims posing for fucking Twitter and shit and Snapchat and shit. Okay, document it. I mean, this is ridiculous. So I love how they'll put this picture here and then you look at this. Disturbing images of the attack, many of which the Sun has chosen not to publish, show corpses with foam around their mouths and their eyes rolled into the back of their heads. Now, to me, when you're making these claims, put up or shut up. Where the fuck are the pictures? You don't want to show the pictures because I'm betting you don't have them. This is the extent of the pictures you have, okay? Where you can't tell if anything's actually true, okay? All right, you want us to believe this. Oh, yeah. Oh, buy into this shit when we've been lied to about the things that I talked about, at least in the United States, okay? And again on the United States, which we just had vindication on, okay? The same government agents, intelligence agencies here in the U.S. that are telling us Syria is doing this are the same ones that up until the fucking declassification and release of the Kennedy files, okay, said the official story was fucking true. And then tried to keep pushing that shit even with the shit out there. I'm not going to believe them when they're doing that. Sorry. And they're like, but already false flag claims about the attacks are circulating on social media. Oh, you mean with actual pictures showing, unlike the ones that you don't want to show? Because you don't want to show pictures that would vindicate you. But yet the supposed false flag claims that you're trying to say it is, they have pictures. Isn't that interesting? I find that kind of funny. I find that really fucking funny. And I love this. There's absolutely no proof that this kid suffered from what they're claiming. It's just a kid with an oxygen mask. Yet we're supposed to believe that, yeah, that was definitely the case. Another one. Kid with an oxygen mask. Oh, yeah. No proof that they are. Just, oh, look at this kid in the oxygen mask. I mean, I could go find a picture online with a kid with an oxygen mask and make the same type of fucking claim. All right? And people just have to take my word. So we're just supposed to take your word when you're fake news? Not buying it. No doubt the Internet Research Agency, the notorious Russian troll factory, will be in full swing pumping out conspiracy theories based on no evidence, fake news as it's known. Oh my God. No. The people that are proving that this is fake news bullshit are average fucking people. Independent charities such as the Union of Medical Relief Organizations have confirmed that convulsing victims have symptoms consisting with a chemical attack. Wait a minute, aren't those the white helmets? The same people who got caught fucking staging shit? I could be wrong, but if they are, they're also in bed with ISIS. Not really a trustworthy source. But while the damning evidence piles up, what damning evidence? Pictures of kids with oxygen masks is damning evidence? Where the fuck is your evidence? So as the supposed damning evidence piles up, along with the Syrian dictator's history of using chemicals on his own people, Russia has stood by as its ally. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. No. These chemical attacks that you're claiming are ones that have been, a lot of them have been debunked, okay? They have been ISIS gassing fucking people or just staging people getting gassed. But you don't expect people to actually go and find out that shit. This is so sad. Kenneth Roth, the head of Human Rights Watch, slammed the attack as a war crime, which Russia shares potential criminal responsibility for. Wrong! Oh my God, Human Rights Watch. No evidence. There's no evidence. You have absolutely no evidence. This is like when all you fucking fake news fucks tried to claim that Russia used Novichok on the Russian in exile and his daughter, and now there's that. It was proven. Absolutely no proof Russia did it. Looks more like the British did it, trying to blame Russia. I mean, this is ridiculous. Putin and his inner circle of military and intelligence chiefs have perfected what has been dubbed hybrid warfare, utilizing subversive tactics such as fake news troll factories, as well as using paramilitary groups in the Ukraine. Oh, we got to push that whole Russian fake news thing. We got to push that whole Russian swaying, propaganda bullshit because we failed with the whole U.S. election. But if we can prove it here, we can reignite that lie with the election. Oh my God! And this new form of smoke and mirrors conflict is at work in Syria, seeking to undermine claims made by aid workers and human rights groups on the ground. You mean the lying fucks in the white helmets? Lying. That's what they're doing. The lying fucks in the white helmets lying getting caught on it. That's what you don't like. Because those were those aid workers you're talking about, the white helmets, who are in bed with fucking ISIS and who themselves, because they are, should be considered a terrorist group. Kristen Benedict, Amnesty International's UK Syria campaign manager, said Putin's officials have shamelessly propped up the Assad regime with massive campaign of disinformation and smears while blocking virtually a move at the UN to secure justice. Translation: you don't like the fact that they're keeping Assad in power and he's fighting ISIS. He's the only one protecting Christians in that region, in that country. But oh, Christians, we're all bad, we're all evil. Alright, you don't hear the Christians bitching about him? Okay, why would he wipe out the last straggling few, the last stragglers, the last few of ISIS and take out the whole town when he's almost got the town liberated? It makes absolutely no sense. You have to have an IQ of like 50 to buy into this shit. When we've reported on Russian airstrikes killing hundreds of Syrian civilians, the Kremlin has called out our findings as a hoax. Assad has even said the well-documented torture and killings in his jail are fake news. Putin and Assad have taken information warfare to a whole new level during the horrific Syrian conflict. Really? To me, it's looking like you guys are the ones that are taking the information warfare to a whole new level. Okay? Because didn't you push that whole false narrative with no proof that Russia used Novichok on the Russian in exile and his daughter? You're trying to push this with no proof. You're using pictures of kids in fucking oxygen masks as your evidence of the fucking attack, and you're going, well, the pictures that we have is actual proof. They're just so vile we can't show you. That's like the founder of the Mormons going, oh yeah, God gave me this, but I'm the only one who can read it. Same mentality. And I bet you think Mormonism is a fucking joke with that shit, don't you? You dumb fucking nose up in the air Brits who think you can push this shit like this and get away with it. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, this is like buying into the Mormon special book bullshit. No offense to Mormons. Actually, plenty of offense when you've got Mittens fucking Romney in your bunch. Anyway, I think I've covered this well enough, and I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.